I lived sort of in the South. I mean, we're calling Oklahoma the South, right?
Because we're here, but really we're in the Midwest, right?
There's a way that things go and sort of traditional routes, and, to buck the system, it almost feels like it's saying they're wrong in a way.
It's felt like that sometimes. And interestingly enough, Danica, from women, I'm like, hey, women, you're supposed to be on my side,
Right?
But that's why I've looked at different, like, for example, Dolly never became a mother. I talk about her a lot. I love her. She didn't become a mother. It's just a choice she made. She said, I have a lot of little kids and I take care of them. Well, so do I. So I understood that. That made sense to me. Yeah. Carol Burnett says, I can't imagine not having had my children.
Sure.
So everybody, does it the way I was adopted. What if I change my mind and I decide to adopt next year, which you never know with me. There's so much love to go around in this world.
I mean, it seems like I'm curious about your relationship with spirit as well as spirituality as well as religion, because, from what I can gather, you don't necessarily believe in all facets and structures and beliefs of religion. So I'm curious about spirituality and where that fits into your life. But you definitely seem like someone that's stays pretty fluid and stays pretty, open and fluid, not only from a perspective standpoint, but also even just from a physical standpoint, where you're like, even just not doing Broadway for too long. Like, they want to sign you up forever and you're like, hi, you've got 5 minutes and then I'm gone.
I love that word, by the way. And I know I'm learning all the new terms. Like, I know pivot is a really big word right now. I've been using it a lot. So let me pivot back to the subject. One of the things I will say to you, Danica, about me and this journey, because really we're all on it. We're all on our own path and everybody's dealing with their own crap. I don't mean to go down low. I'm sorry, but I'm going to say this with faith. I've questioned my faith sometimes because I've been sad and I've battled depression before. And I think it's important to talk about because it's a real thing. If I had fire across my face, you would run and say, oh my gosh, how can I help you? But mental health is, just because we can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. And just in having someone to talk to and say, is it okay that I question that? Or, I have that person in my life. The things that I love to do, which I'm a huggy person. I like to touch. I'm a big lover. I love to sing, all the things. And that's how I make my living too.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm being told no. And that caused a real 7 week of well, how are you going to get pulled back up? How are you going to lift yourself back up? And I'm not a walking quote, but I have quotes that stick in my mind. I don't know if you remember John Edward, the politician, his wife, who's no longer with us. She passed away of cancer, Elizabeth Edwards.
Yeah.
I haven't met them or anything, but she has a quote that goes like this. It goes, she stood in the storm, and then when the wind did not blow her way, she adjusted her sails. And I think if you could sum up my whole career and ups and downs, and because that's what it is, and life, it would. I'm really good at adjusting myself.
Where do you get that from?
I have great mom and dad. I saw my dad make his business, build it up, lose it, and rebuild it. I saw my mom work her butt off to help him make that dream come true. I saw them work hard so that my brother and I could go to soccer and I could go to ballet and whatever else thing I wanted to do. And there were times when we didn't get to do that. We could have never afforded to go to New York, Danica, and see a Broadway show. So what we did is we went to Tulsa, and when the show came through, we'd go see that. But that's why it's important for me, when we talk about kids in our life and being a mother. I have a camp in my hometown, a Broadway boot camp, and it's hard. I mean, people audition, they get in. It's grown. It's 8 years. We just had it.
Wow.
And it's grown. We had 7 countries because we went virtual this year, and 33 states. Usually it's just Oklahoma. But that to me is like, okay, you passing it along helps you pull yourself up. It's a selfish thing, really. Pulls yourself, and it can pull you out of sadness. Giving to others, it sounds really weird to say, but when you give to others, it's actually reverse psychology on us. It works. It makes us feel better.
Right. But you can't do it for that reason though, right?
No, you've got to do it when the spirit takes you, or like go help that person.
It's like when somebody asks you to say a prayer and you go, and I do it and I actually believe it, then like there's some magic in believing. I mean, there's magic sauce in that, right?
Oh, I couldn't listen. You or I would not be where we are today.
Oh yeah.
If we didn't believe in something greater than ourselves. If we didn't believe in the power of training and hard work. If we didn't believe that we were in a man's world, believe me.